你在哪里？如果 Dana 能够换回曾经的爱，就让我用一生等待。如果 Dana 往事你不再留恋，就让它随风飘远。如果 Dana 能够带走我的哀愁，就像带走每条河流。Item number 14。所有 Dana 的伤，所有 Dana 的泪，我的爱，请全部帶走。問這地內可否叫出過佢所乃，叫出過去你我所去。多數遠遠痛痛，多數對與不對，願能風通通吹去。問這苦海可否沖走不碎的愛，沖走濃濃濃濃眼淚。不管你欠了我，還是我欠咗你，願往西西風飄去。
Before we move on to your general public comment, I do see at least a few confused looks from the audience, and I'm sure from internet viewers as well. So I will make the same offer to you that we've made multiple times again before, and the same goes for anybody else who would like to provide public comment in another language. If you let us know 48 hours in advance, we will do our best to accommodate that request. This speaker has been made that offer and has not elected to do so. We cannot force them to bring in an interpreter. We would be happy to provide one, but we're not going to do so at the expense of everybody else if they do not want one. So you have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. For the first item, I want to talk about first the general points. I want to talk about the I wish everybody on the internet, let's do not forget that we have a Clowncil District 1 crisis, and then Mr. Spindler is currently running, and Mr. Spindler is prepared to win. Let's do not forget our Clowncil District 1 candidate, Mr. Spindler, because that's the only way to save District 1, not Hernandez, not Ricardo, not Gonzalez, but Spindler. Hopefully, do not forget Mr. Smoking Scan. Second of all, I want to talk about a public safety crisis, because the other day I walked in MacArthur Park and then I was gang banged by 20 black people inside of the MacArthur Park. And then when I called 911, the 911 arrived 30 minutes later. That's really bad. The person who showed up, who saved me, is actually Dana, who saved me and then treated me after the gang bang. 2 hours later, sent me to the hospital. We need more safety in MacArthur Park.
Oh, I fucking love him. I got gang banged by 20
begins,
guys.
I would like to call up Audit LA, Bonfil Graciano, Chen Yu, Eloriaga Gonzalez, and Frederick Silic.
All right, over under 2.
Right.
Hurry.
I'll speak to
under over
14,
2.
general comment, and 13.
Under over 2.
So you have 2 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
So 14 is related to Blumenfield, who's not
He's
here. No appointment to the Charter Reform Commission. I tend to think that if someone needs to make an appointment, like the council president or president pro tem, and they don't bother to show up when their nominee
We're going to rewind.
is being considered, it should be voided probably, or at least continued, since the guy who nominated this person isn't even here. Where is Blumenfield? And of course, he had to make this nomination after his first nomination failed spectacularly, because no one wanted a right-wing jerk on the Charter Reform Commission.
Blow your nose. Disgusting.
But the Charter Reform Commission's been a bit slow to consider a lot of reforms and such, and some of their management has been a little bit weird. So, but of course, it's when you're nominated by LA City Council or mayor. Yeah. So 13 is related to the mayor's nomination to the police commission, Daniel Tabor. So this is every nomination that Bass has made to the police commission has been an absolute nightmare on the commission. I think this is the seat that literally is replacing. He's literally replacing Errol Southers. So it should say a lot about Bass's nominations. That Bass would nominate people like Errol Southers, Teresa Sanchez Gordon, and this is probably going to be another continuation of this. Every nomination Bass has made to the police commission has been rubber stamping everything. They've been openly hostile to the public and who comes to give public comment at police commission meetings. This is, so of course, as always, we'll probably have 15 eyes for it. Or, well, except for Blumenfield,
General
who
public
didn't
comment?
show up. So, because none of you are brave enough to actually fight back against any of this stuff. Speaking of things that none of you are actually brave enough to do anything about, so you bring in all these people to do these presentations, testimonials about impacts from the ICE raids and such, but none of you will actually do one of the things that you have the power to do, which is to fire Jim McDonnell. People have been coming here to say this for months.
Just hired
You have the power to fire Jim McDonnell, who's, under his leadership, LAPD is assisting and aiding ICE, and none of you will do it. When is Jim McDonnell being fired? He's pretty much an open racist. The LAPD violence has skyrocketed under his leadership. When is Jim McDonnell getting fired?
All right, 0.
Before
Nobody
the next
wins.
speaker begins, I would like to call up Gigi, Gina, Greg W., Hottie Katie, Joe
Body Katie.
B., Laura, Leah Whitman, and Rose H.
And just to let you know, Herman was first.
Good
We're
morning.
going to
Which
go
items
back.
would you like to speak to?
I want to make the general public comment
Okay, so
on better
one-
proceeding. My name is Frederick Sillick. I'd like to have better city council proceedings. I'm a
Cubby.
civilized.
Happy
I try to
Friday.
be a civilized American.
Thanks,
My
Cubby.
concern is community civilized behavior. We need a civilized behavior. We need a cooperative agreement determining resource allocations. You members are among these resources. Not this violent aggression for attainments or determination of fates. The present arrangement appears a game. We must have a principled arrangement. Life is not a game. It appears the displayed elected officials of public focus present individuals of personal and moral dishevelment, so to speak, playing their games. Voting, I believe, is a game. We require statespersons, individuals displaying a personal character of growth, order, and growth. We need peace and harmony, dignity, decency, democracy.
This guy's a wanker.
Next speaker?
Before the next speaker begins, I would like to call up Go Puppet, Try H, Victoria, and Zane Kaufman.
The best part
morning.
is there was only 14 speakers, and then Mr. Herman walks in, and all of a sudden it jumped to 29 speakers.
Which items would you
We
like to speak
filled
to?
up 15
Good morning.
names.
This is just for public comment.
Okay, so you have 1
Sure,
minute. Go
Goat
ahead.
Puppet was one of them.
Good morning, Council. My name is Zane Kaufman. I'm 28 years old. I was born at Kaiser West, LA, and I grew up in Westchester and Culver City.
I'm sorry.
I'm about as LA as it gets. I've come here to talk to you about an issue that weighs heavily on my heart.
Why would
I've
we
never
care where
felt
you're
this way
born?
before,
Like, what hospital?
nor had I ever imagined I would say these words. Our very way of life is under attack. Our city has become occupied by a tyrannical government. Masked men are abducting my neighbors, and I urgently implore my community leaders to make it stop. Longer than I've been alive, undocumented people have been part of my life here. As a construction worker, they were my elders, my mentors, my guides. Though I was born here, many of them have been in the country longer than I have. There is only one group that is not welcome in our city, and it is these ICE thugs. The attack on my immigrant neighbors is profoundly personal. My ancestors fought the tyrannical overreach of the British Empire in the Revolution and the evil humanity of slavery in the Civil War. Some of my family, however, have only just arrived.
Speaker, your time has expired.
All right, well, thank you very much.
And this goes for if you run out of time or if your name is not called, you can always provide additional public comment or written public comment at lacouncilcomment.com.
I'm sure.
It's not that we don't want to hear from you, but we do have to hear from, we have to apply the rules equally, and that includes time constraints as well.
And
Good morning.
again,
Which
how
items
many
would you like to
times have
speak
you
to?
interrupted everybody? We could have gone
On
a
the
whole nother
first
speaker
two agenda
in.
items, I would just like to
Pumpkinhead.
say that I feel we should have those 2 minutes for our own because the national policy is 3 minutes to speak publicly.
right.
And I believe we're being cheated on that for the
1 minute
sole
general
purpose.
public comment then. Go ahead.
So for the sole purpose that we can't discuss the correct agenda that this city needs. And 1 minute is not long enough. The national average is 3 minutes in city council and any type of membership speakers.
Sir, that's what you get when you vote DEI.
I'm waiting for the general.
You're not getting that.
Yes,
He
you
gave
were
you
on
one
general.
comment. You were on general.
Pardon me?
You were on general.
So you are on general public comment.
Thank the
what you were
DEI
speaking to
hires,
before
sir.
was not related to items 13 or 14. So you have 36 seconds left for your general public
All
comment.
right, I demand a audit of the mayor's office. You got $6.5 billion for homeless. It takes $1 billion to buy a home for every one of the homeless, and that's 1,000 extra homes. Where is the 6.5? You are in charge of the budget. That's $6.5 billion. $1 billion to get every homeless off the street. Where's the $5 billion? Let me tell you where the $5 billion is. It's in the offshore account at Mayor Bass's in South Africa. She went down there to see her money. So I demand that this council have an audit of the mayor's office because you are responsible for the budget. You are also responsible for that $5 billion. Where's the money? Where's the money? Why do we have homeless for $5 billion?
Speaker, your time has
You are-
expired. Okay. Speaker, this is your first and only formal warning. Your time has expired. You are now disrupting our ability to move on.
I say
to
you go down the
next
hall
speaker.
and knock
So
on that
please,
DEI token's
we
door
hear you.
and ask her.
Please vacate the podium.
It says head DEI token right on the window, so you can't miss it.
All right, do we have any other speakers?
No, Council President, all the names have been called for public comment.
All right, that concludes public comment for today's meetings. Madam Clerk, what is before us?
This violent
Say this for months. For months. Stop so. Criminal.
Have made an accommodation request. As we've let you know, we are happy to abide by that accommodation request, but you need to abide by it yourself. So, you don't have to decide right now, but would you like to, moving forward, please let the sergeants know whether you would like to abide by that accommodation request or not. You have 2 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general.
Flicking him off already. The whole time. Just, fuck you. It's my fucking finger.
Contemptuous, overbearing, all because the color of my skin regarding my effective communication to the mayor for the appointment of another dumb police commissioner for the term ending in 2030, dum-dum. How do I plan to resolve this, Mr. Contemptuous? Is it by succumbing to your demands and getting on my knees so that I could fear you and your threats against the American people and your isolation for the police commissioner of this term approved by I? I'm the approver
And
of
you've
that
exhausted your
confirmation.
minute on item 13. Please
Excuse
move on
me,
to
I
item
only get
14.
1 minute, sir. You're interrupting my 30 seconds.
Please move on to item 14.
Oh, so it's like that. Well, item 14, smoke and scan, regarding Mr. Levin Levin for the Charter Reform Commission. Well, you know, whether we vote for charter commissions or we vote for neighborhood commissions or we vote for neighborhood committees, it's all behind closed doors. Don't we know that, Mr. Grote? You're the city attorney. You've been protecting them under the falsehood of the Brown Act by no transparency behind those closed doors. Put that on the record. That's what you do. Criminal corruption. Now into my non-agenda public comment.
You have 1
asshole.
minute.
To the big head, pumpkin head, fat ass, stupid ass attorney like Peter Thomas from DWP, I sure hope David O'Carter revokes your license for having those closed session violations of the Brown Act behind the meeting. after you discussed my public comment by interruptions because you don't want to hear David O'Carter's name, who's doing an excellent fucking job. Just like Donald J. Trump is doing an excellent fucking job, you fucking mujados. Go through the process. Come into my country legally, Korean big head, pumpkin head. Thank you, Smoking Scan. And the reason behind that is because we have criminal organizations in our cities. That's the reason why you have LASA, so they can steal money, keep the homeless, poverty pimp shit going on, so that you assholes can collect the check. 42 C.
Your time has expired. Next speaker.
Shout out to Mr.
And as we
Herman.
wait for the next speaker to come up,
I
just
love
as
it.
an
Left this little
FYI,
sheet there
with
to
regards to the
clean
Charter
that
Reform
up.
Commission, if you would like to attend the meetings, they are Brown Act meetings. They do post their agendas online, and they do welcome public comment. So if you would like to go, I would encourage you to do so. Good morning. You have 2 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Pumpkins in Korea.
Thank you very much, City Attorney Smoking Scan. Start with item number
four.
13.
So I got 2 from him and 2 from them. All right. I guess that's it, ladies and gents. Yeah, because they're still on. I don't see any point in listening to these baboons. Not 1 second. Enough of these DEI hires. But give you here. Enough of that. So Joe just hit me up. He said about 30 minutes or so. I think he's gonna be out at the little sites of the sights and sounds of Minnesota. Other than that, I guess that's it for now. I'll finish this bowl really quick with you guys. I'll be out. I guess I'll hop back on if something's going on crazy. If not, I'm just going to hurry up and get my eBay done. That way I don't have anything to do when he goes to lunch, for that lunch break kind of thing, lunch dinner break. So that way I'm all done for Friday. I got everything done. 2, I wanted to tell you guys I got a call from Raul this morning from the Broadcast, Broadcast Supply Warehouse, BSW, I think. So they said they do have it in stock. He had to email me a whole bunch of provisions, apparently, or rules in order to buy this machine. Since the company is out of commission now, the company went out of business, I'm guessing it's like, buyer beware. You can't fix it. We're going to do this. You can't get this. We're not going to sell parts. We're not going to get anything. So that's the only thing. So I'm going to have to read that right now because they literally just sent me. I heard the ding 20 minutes or less ago. So I'm going to get off and read that. I have to sign terms and conditions if I want to buy it. It was $31.95 plus tax and shipping. So I'm guessing it's about 37-ish, by the time we get it shipped here from Florida. So just wanted to let you guys know what that is, what the deal is. That's the new machine, Jim. That's what I'm talking about right now. Yeah, it's sold as is, no warranty, because it's also old. It's a brand new machine, in the box, never used, still in plastic. But it is 3 years old, sitting on a shelf, never used. So I'm assuming they want to protect themselves. Buy a spare? Well, I can barely find one, Oscar, and I can afford one. We can buy a cheap blue one, like this is a version 1. We can buy a version 2 on eBay today for $700. I can buy one today. $700. Second series. But you can't find the third series. I asked all of you. Hundreds of you looked, and you all sent me the same things I found. It's here, David. No. A lot of those things are, what do you call it? They're gimmicks, bro. They're lying. They're telling you a machine's $3,000 and we're selling it for $300. No way. You're going to send them that $300 and you're never going to see it again. I assure you. There's just no way. Things like that don't work. Nobody takes that much off of their items. Nobody takes 90% off their items and sells it for 10% of its value. Nobody does. Not anybody in this world. Unless we're talking something used, where somebody's at a swap meet and just doesn't want to lug it around anymore. Just take it, bro. Just get it out of my fucking hair. Maybe in that instance, but not when you're buying new. No way. What's up, Rude? Yes, old new stock. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Went to sleep early last night. I got so much sleep I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Stinks was like, "What are you doing, fool? We ain't supposed to be up right now. Go to bed." I had to go back to bed. Straight thought it was like 6:30, so I got a good night's sleep. Damon signing Tucker is a good... well, you know, you didn't want him back. You guys couldn't get Bregman or Tucker to come back. I don't care. I don't want him, to be honest. I don't think we needed him. What we needed is middle relief. Middle relief. Not a closer like we already got. Not starting pitching like we already have. Middle relief. We need help in the 6th and 7th and 8th innings. We need that help. We're at my house. Who is you? Well, you gotta get away from my door. Who the fuck are these folks? Probably from the church or some shit. Sorry guys, somebody was at my door. Yep. Where's Joe? He's on his way there. Manufacturer closed, Hank. I put the site up to show you guys and literally didn't realize that the banner said, you know, to all our faithful, great customers of over 50 years, we are closing our doors due to economical and political reasons here in California. So yes, another business stomped out by policy and economics. So there you have it. You heard the ring go off? Well, the ring's for the redundancy. I already have a system besides that, but yeah. Well, no, JJ, that's not true. They need middle relief. Think about it, man. Why the hell did they have Yamamoto and all these guys going 8 and 9 innings? Because they had to. They literally had to. We would not have won the World Series if our starting pitcher didn't go the distance. Our relief was no good. In fact, the one last guy that they didn't want to put in ended up being the best, and that was Will Klein. He was the last one to go to in the bullpen, and he ended up being the best. So, in my opinion, that's what we needed. That's all. I'm smoking bud like this every day, Remulac. You got to get the fuck out of Texas and you'll get some real weed. What's up, Miss Angelique? You got something today? What, weed, you mean? Got some weed today? It's cats outside looking for stinks. All stinkers. So, yeah, I just feel like we need help, and that's it. Just some good middle relief. That's all. Someone to throw in the bullpen. I don't think I'm asking too much from that. I really don't. Yeah, we're not going to do our normal Friday-ish stuff. What we're going to do is just play it by ear. Because I feel like, you know, it's going to be hot tonight in Minneapolis. So I feel like that's probably the best way to go about it is to... I mean, it's snowing there right now. There's a live shot from Hidden Hills, Minnesota. And as you can see, snow is coming down. It's coming down pretty good, too. You can see it. Look in the trees. You can see it. It's starting to come down. And Joe was saying something about that where Friday, Saturday was supposed to be a little crazy with the snow and the rain. So here you have it. Is $250 million a lot for someone playing baseball? In this day and age, no. No. If you ask me, it's a little high for Tucker, I think $60 million for a year for that dude is extreme. Not to say he's not a good player, because he is. He's always been good since a prospect with the Astros. He's always been a solid player. So it's not that. No diss to him. It's just that's kind of the going rate now. And when you happen to be that top free agent in the class, you're going to command the most money. It's just how that works. And, he lucked out. How about the Mets? Nobody talking about the Mets signing Bro Bichette? So what happened to those Toronto Blue Jays? Are they going to be there this year? Or is it going to be the Mets? I mean, I thought the Phillies would sign Bichette. But apparently they didn't. The Mets signed him this morning to a $186 million contract. 3 years, $186 for Bichette. But not one of you said anything about that. I think that's a pretty big move, losing Bo Bichette. You can get fire oranges for 25 cents a piece. What are you talking about? Yeah, Trav, he called me this morning. It's $3,100 plus tax. He sent me an email on all these conditions before I buy it. I have to sign all the conditions before he'll send it. So I got to read what's going on. I think it's just an addendum to keep their butt safe from me buying it and there being an issue with it. I mean, I don't know. So, but if it's brand new in the box, I don't see why we should have an issue with it. You know what I mean? If it's used, then we're going down that same route we went with this first one, which I don't like. So. Indians signed a new bat boy to a 2-year deal for $25K. Sounds about right. I have not cried in months. I need Padre baseball. Mike D, you guys are in trouble. I told you yesterday. The team's looking for a new owner because the owner died, I'm sure you know, last year. So, in order to make the Padres more attractive, they can't pick up more debt. They have too much debt, and they're not winning, which is even worse. It's one thing to have so much debt and win, but to not win, bro, that's even worse. So now it's hard for them to find a buyer. So what they've decided to do is not pick up anybody during free agency this year and actually let a few players go, right? Cease went and a few others, didn't they? So do their best to cut a little bit off the contracts to make it a little more palatable, pill to swallow. But the team as a whole is a hard sell right now. They're not winning and they cost too much. They went all in and it just didn't work. Oh, watch out for the little kid right here. He's just trying to get on. Look, all the kids will keep going around him. There he goes. Good shit, kid. Look at the kid who's on the ground the whole way. Drug him up 10 feet. There he goes. He's getting back up. Oh, he's smart. He just grabbed right up on it. What's up, Status? Yep, my Mets, the entire team suck. Well, the entire team doesn't suck. Come on. You got Lindor. You got Soto. You now got Bichette. I mean, you have talent there. Brett Beatty, for Francisco Alvarez. Those are great prospects. Those dudes are good. Kodai Senga, he's not bad. Look, the Mets have a team. They just need better leadership. And I don't know, they need more chemistry. You can't buy chemistry, and that's what I keep telling you. Everybody talks about the Dodgers and how much money they spend. Well, funny enough as it is that when they spend it, these guys actually like being with each other. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't win. Because you can put all the money down in the world. If people don't like each other, they're not going to play well together. Thus, the Padres. I keep telling you, you want the Padres to win? Get rid of Manny Machado tomorrow. Keep everybody else. Get rid of Manny. That's it. You'll find yourself a new leader on the team. You have too many me guy alpha males and not enough, hey, we're we, not me. Not enough about the team and more about individuals. Tatis and Manny Machado are fucking me guys. They're all about themselves. So, it is what it is. Well, you're still here watching it, Cece. Goes to show you how exciting your life is. What's up, Stinks? Stinks just walked in. Look at him. Right there. Right there. That's cool. He's got a hockey jersey on. Sounds like the Lakers. Yeah, exactly. You're not going to win. Lakers aren't going to be a winning franchise again until LeBron is gone. They found their me guy. I mean, their team guy, and that's Luka. Okay, and look at Luka playing around a bunch of shit at a really high level. Right? Every night, day in, day out. Almost a triple-double almost every goddamn game on a team that just sucks. Bring in Ayton. That dude's DeAndre Ayton's garbage. I mean, it's just, yeah, man. It's not the same shit. So sometimes there can be one cog in the team, one spoke in the wheel. Oh, oh, that kid went down. Oh, hopefully he's all right. Yeah. So I mean, sometimes one person can really just kill it all. Especially when it's, it's one person that's so pivotal. It's easy to get rid of one person that's a nobody on the team. They just move them, and nobody's the wiser, really. But when it's a pivotal person or pivotal player, that's when things change. David, it was a little tough to watch. The best closer walk. And the next day, be the next best team born home run leader, leave the following day. No, I get it. User, I totally get it. And I've realized now a long time ago that it's not sports anymore. This is just business. That's all it is. You can't get mad. That's why I don't buy jerseys anymore. You find your favorite player, you like them, you support them. The next thing you know, they get traded. Because it's all it is. Oh, it's just what it is. They just finished their feed. I've never seen that happen. Yeah, they just what do you call it? They just care about the overall, and that's just the money. That's it. They just want the money. And that's all that anybody cares about. Padres, keep your blood pressure up. Yeah, my friend Gil, he's a big Padre fan. So I know he feels the same way you do. And it's aggravating, when you have a team that's just mediocre for fucking ever. Nobody wants to really do anything. And I think that owner that just passed, he was trying to do it. He was trying to bring the team to a championship level with his wallet. He was. He did all these big signings, right? All within 2 years. Bogarts and everybody brought over. Bunch of pitching. But no chemistry. You can't buy that. You can't buy chemistry. And it's the biggest part. It really is, man. You can't buy that. So, yeah. Buy your name on your team's jersey? No, for sure, Joe. That's a smart way of doing it. Absolutely. But still, I get mad at the team, too. Oh, they're back. How packed up it's getting. The other kids are like, fuck that. We ain't waiting. That's time wasted. I'm just going to go on this side. I ain't waiting on that side. Uh-oh, everyone's getting hung up right up the fucking thing. These dudes are all stacking up, waiting to go. Boy, those lifts really do fucking their jobs all day long, those lifts. Mediocre is Cleveland baseball. Don't tell Todd that. That'll anger him. But you got to remember, Cleveland just can't afford to go out and get those players. And because it's Cleveland, people don't really say, hey, I want to be an Indian or a Guardian. They just don't. And that's no offense to that team or anybody who likes them. That's just the way it is. It's just like my team, Kings, in hockey. People don't really want to be a King. It's not prestigious. I love the Kings. It's my team. But it's not a prestigious NHL team. It's prestigious to be on the Montreal Canadiens. You know what I mean? or one of any of the like original 8 teams, you know, Chicago, Detroit, you know, like it or not. Those teams may not be good right now, but it's still pretty legendary to be a part of their franchises. You know, the Kings really aren't that way. So that's just how it is sometimes. You know? Todd is a true homer? Yeah. Well, hey, I give it to a lot of Cleveland fans. They are. Look at all the Browns fans. To have the dog pound going as long as it's been going, off of years of sucking, not even mediocrity, just sucking. And then to have the team fucking go and celebrate an 0-16 season by having a parade, even as a joke. That you just never celebrate a losing. You just don't. Not even as a joke. You just don't. Matt Boldy jersey he's got. You just don't do those things, in my opinion. So there's just a loser mentality in the air when it comes to the franchise of the Browns. As long as I've been alive, they've been shitty. Now, has there been a couple years where they've had oh my God, Browns are in the playoffs and they make it 1 or 2 games and that's it and they get smashed? Yeah, we've had that. So their team is garbage, but their fans, top notch. I'll give their fans that. They don't just say, oh, well, we suck every year. I'm going to go like somebody else. I'm going to go like the Bengals. They don't. They continue to like the Browns even though they're shitty. So I give that to them. They're not fucking fair weather fans. And I can tell you here in L.A., being from here my whole life, you do have a lot of people that, I don't know, if you may want to call them fair weather. You know, again, like the Kings. They're not doing shit for many years. All of a sudden, we're in the Stanley Cup. Now you see everybody wearing Kings hats and shirts. Where were you? Where were you 5 years ago when we were 4th in our division? Where were you? They weren't anywhere to be seen. So they just celebrate when it's here. So there is that. Yeah, blind loyalty, whatever you want to call it. I think it's just heart. You just got heart for the team. That's it. And I give it up to those fans. I always have. You know, there's a lot of big fan bases in this country that are, whether the team is good or bad, the Atlanta Braves, Kansas City Chiefs fans, they're all about their fucking team, regardless of how good or bad they are. Even when Mahomes wasn't there, there were tons and tons. Nobody wanted to go into Arrowhead and play. Way before Kelsey and fucking Mahomes and all those guys. Those guys were in Pampers, and nobody wanted to go play there. You're a Raiders? Yeah, see, Raiders fans too. Put up with years of mediocrity. Jesus, I can't even say the word right. Mediocrity. Jesus Christ. Yes, for years. All the shit. And I told you what the Raiders, what happened with the Raiders. The Raiders died with Al Davis. The commitment to excellence, what made that team excellent for many decades, died with Al Davis. His son isn't 1/10 of what Al was. You could tell just by the stupid haircut. Al was a shrewd dude. You saw him out there, you knew who he was. He was bigger than life figure. And he wasn't even that big of a guy. But you knew him by the glasses, you knew him by his stare. And he was right there on the sidelines, not up there in the press box with his 22-year-old girlfriend who swears she's there because she just loves him. He's got a haircut like Dumb and Dumber. Come on, bro. Come on. The commitment died with Al. Al took that with him. Sounds like a Mariners up until last year. Hey, well, the Mariners had a really good year. One good draft. 21 year, bringing them up was a big year. You had J-Rod. You had Cal Raleigh, the big dumper. You had, what's his name? Not Robbie Ray. Rob, the pitcher. Fuck, I can't remember his name. It's not Rob Ray. Anyways, so you had 3 or 4 good rookies in 2022, which changed the complexity and face of the Mariners. And, of course, the whole Kelnick deal and all that stuff, too. You know, all helps out. Little here, little there. Yeah, that's true, user. That's what I say. When you have a solid franchise, Robert Kraft's a winner. He wants winners. He's willing to pay for the winners. And that's just it. You blame me for swaying you towards the Dodgers? I don't sway anybody. I tell everybody just do you. It's a peach. Oh, you lilac. That's it, Shave Beard. That's it. Thank you for looking out for the most part, Smokey. He'll be on in a minute. I'm about done here. I just wanted to do the LA City Council. I'm going to go back and finish some loading up some Kershaw cards that I had. That way I have cards loaded up. I have everything packed, ready for shipping, and all that's done already. Had my breakfast and all that. Did the City Council, so all that's done and out of the way. Now I just got to worry about the rest of the shit. I'm a lifetime Reds fan. Yes, see, so you know. But the Reds were good in the 90s with Chris Sabo and Barry Larkin and the Norm Charlton and Rob Dibble, right? They had the Nasty Boys. I mean, they were a good club. They were a good club. ED. So, yeah. But after that, and again, the Reds kind of died with Marge Schott. She may have been a racist lady, but she sure as hell knew how to spend the money on the ball club. Schott is gone now. So are the Reds. I appreciate you, Shade Beard. Thank you for all the support over the years. Big Red Machine. Well, that's what I'm saying. The Big Red Machine was huge in the 70s, but I'm saying they were still good in the late 80s, 90s. Quiet. In the 90s, they were top team in the NL. The Reds were no joke in the 90s. No fucking joke. Nobody wanted to play them. They had Paul O'Neill. They were quite deep at every position. Great pitching, too. So, yeah, man. Nobody wanted to play them then. Then they fell off, and they've had some good players to come through that they've picked, like Votto, but an Ellie De La Cruz now. But other than that, it's been a whole lot of pieces from everywhere else brought in, and they're doing they're doing the A's, what the A's do. Okay, they'll raise these good players that are good in their own farm system, trade them away for picks or young players, and continue to recycle and repeat. And sign all the younger talent. Don't sign any expensive free agents. And just play with the young squad. And that's what the A's do. That's what the Reds are doing. And you get pilfered. You're essentially two minor league teams in the majors. And you just get pilfered all the time. Damon, did you see Paramount deal for UFC package is $90 a year? I didn't know. I thought it was fucking free, Logan. So I thought, okay, well, you have Paramount, so you just get to see UFC now. So apparently not. See how they're doing you? They're just pushing you every day to get one of those little Super Mac boxes or the what are the things you guys use? The Fire Sticks. That's all they're doing. Their greed is pushing you to do that. Had they not been so greedy, I'm sure you just would have said, you know what, it's worth it. I like this service. I'm going to pay for that. But no, the pirating is going to win. Y'all going to turn into pirates. All right, I'm out of here now. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the likes, the love, the thumbs ups. Keep the notos on. Who knows? We might get us a chase, but after getting 5 chases last night and 3 were on the news, I don't think we're getting one for at least 2 weeks. But you never know. You never know. Joe's about to go live soon, Cindy. So when he goes live, I'll probably jump on there soon enough. But, yeah. We'll see what's going on. So I'm going to get out of here for now. I'm going to try to finish up what I need to do eBay-wise, so I'm completely done. As you can see, it's snowing there in Minnesota. This isn't far from where Joe's at right now. So you can see the snow coming down pretty good. So should affect how these guys and girls are out there today. So keep the notifications on. Happy Friday. I love you all. Thank you for all the likes, the love, the donos. And I'll give you another update on the machine after I read these emails. Okay? Yeah, you missed 3 chases. Joe, just go on yesterday's feed. And midway through the stream, I go fast forward to midway. You'll see 1 chase pop off, and then just keep it there because they just keep going. I can't even get back to the protest because each chase popped off one after the next. So there you go. All right, bye.
This party is officially over.